a sports biopic is not an area that I particularly connect with on hearing about. UFC is not a sport that I have any interest in the real world. The history of UFC is not one that I ever thought I was going to learn a great deal about. And with all that being said, I have to say the Smashing Machine made me interested in a pioneer of UFC and still did something quite interesting as sports biopic goes. Now, when people talk about the Smashing Machine, the main thing they'll focus on is the fact that this is a massive pivot for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson from, of course, the megaton big Hollywood actor that he's been, being in all the franchises that we've seen him across over the past 20 years. You know, this superstar who overwhelms every film production he's in, the dramas, everything that encompasses Dwayne Johnson. But this is his pivot towards prestige, something that we have barely seen, barely had a chance to experience. And, as has always been the case with Dwayne Johnson, he surprises you. Because, of course, he's able to do a quiet, prestige style performance that's really going for awards attention, that's about him disappearing into the life of a real person, Mark Kerr, the UFC champion, and really learning about this person as you watch the very small and intimate moments of this guy's life without having any major dramatic beats, as you see him win titles, lose titles, go up for the big the big UFC world champion title, fail to achieve it. And it's a film very much about ego. It's about a man who has, like when it comes to a lot of maverick films, when you think of films like Amadeus, or even something more recent like Steve Jobs, say, where it's about this person who so doesn't believe in failure that they can't even sort of metabolize the idea of failing, and that's where they really struggle with other people, because most of us contend with doubt and uncertainty, whereas this is a character who refuses to even acknowledge its possibility. And yet, because he's a real person, and because he has ups and downs in his personal life and in his professional life, it is a journey in humility, and a journey for someone to learn about, the value of, maybe I won't be the greatest in the world, and maybe that's okay. And I think when it comes to Dwayne Johnson, you could reflect that in him as a person, in the fact that maybe this is an era now where Dwayne Johnson doesn't need to be the biggest Hollywood star, but just an actor trying to do some interesting and experimental things. I mean, he has great chemistry with Emily Blunt. Like I said, he really disappears into the role, and I think of the biopics I've seen, this is one which really surprised me, because I was engaged, and yet very little happens in regards to, you just follow a window in this guy's life, and where it begins and where it ends is somewhat arbitrary, but you learn a lot about a person because you're just looking at a small section of their life. And I think consequently, this is a strong biopic, and this is a strong performance from Dwayne Johnson. And I think, this will be one of those quiet films that I think people will come back to and talk about for years to come.